Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, viewers. Today we are going to talk about obviously the wars of the cross. So the first question which really comes in my mind when I talk about this topic over here is, what was the war of the cross? Why were the war of the cross? Actually. So we will be going to our video, but make sure you subscribe and like this video and also share, because sharing is caring. The only reason for many wars between three religions was just one city. Can you imagine it? One city, wars. Oh. This was not an ordinary city, but it was actually a sacred city for three religions: the Jewish, the Christianity, and the Muslims, Islam. So, which city was this? Yes, Jerusalem. Jerusalem is the only city which hosts three important places for three important religions of this world. First thing I will be talking about is the Western Wall of the remaining part of King Herod's temple, which is a site for pilgrimage for Jews. After that comes the Dome of the Rock Mosque, which most of us know as Beit al-Maqdis, the first Maqdis. Okay. And Muslims also believe that this is the point where Hazrat Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, I didn't learn it, rose up to the heaven. And last but not the least, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre. The Church of the Holy Sepulchre. This is an important place for Christians because they believe that Prophet Isa or Jesus is buried there. So the real question actually comes into my mind is, who ruled Jerusalem at first? First it was in the hands of Jews. Then in 1638, Muslims conquered the whole land, the Holy Land, and it was the Egyptian Muslims actually who conquered them. They were actually very polite with those living there, whether they were Jews or whether they were Christians. They thought that their kind behavior would show these disbelievers the right path. But actually there were a few who accepted Islam when they were there. Then after the reign of Egyptian Muslims, there was a bad reign for the Jews and the Christians. It was the reign of the Turks. They had a very different mindset than, Egyptians. They believed that they should all be killed. The disbelievers should all be killed because they have no right in their holy land. So they actually did not slaughter every single one of them, but yes, they asked them to leave the country to go to other countries for a living. This is the point where another word came to being. This was the war of the crosses start. The Crusades. I just said the word crusade. What does crusade actually mean? It means to struggle against something lawfully. And when I hear the word crusade, there's only one thing that comes into my mind, and that is Batman. He's called the Crusader, so Batman. So crusades were launched by the Christians in order to blah 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 capture the Holy Land from the reign of Muslims to get back in the Muslims. They didn't actually succeed, but only for one unfortunate time, and that was a very cruel time too. So as you see, the black arrows is the root of the first crusade. Just forget the red arrow, that's disgusting. The pink area is actually where the Muslim Empire was. And after the first crusade, this happened. But actually, history is something else. They wasn't the first crusade wasn't the first crusade. The first crusade is called the People's Crusade. What happened to the People's Crusade? The People's Crusade was led by ordinary people and the Pope. This was not that successful as the first crusade, which was very successful. Now, the People's Crusade, okay, people sailed to the Holy Land, they were defeated, and when they were defeated, they were killed. But not all of them fought the war. They came with others, but actually built fortresses, castellaries. I think that's the correct name of the castle which is in Syria, which was built by the Crusaders, but actually was emptied by the Muslims again. They captured all of them. Has the video started yet? Okay, so let's continue. What were the armies used by both sides? A Crusader knight has a shield, a chainmail suit, lance, sword, tunic. I hope you guys are seeing it through. That's the old story. Now, what did a Muslim wear? This. Cameraman, can you please zoom on that? Zoom up, please. Thank you very much. So, these both. Now, it's just the armies. It's not just the armies, nor the weapons. It's actually the will of the soldier that kept the person alive. They kept the soldier alive, actually. So the next video is gonna be about the first crusade, the second crusade. So stay tuned and keep watching. If you are not a subscriber yet, subscribe and hit that bell icon, and do like the video and share. As I said, sharing is caring.